Welcome back to Tech Yes City, and today we've got Black Friday tech deal specials, and I've looked high and low all over the internet to find the best deals for you guys. And let's get on with the first section here, which is actually coming in the form of laptops and pre-builts, where we've got here a 144Hz screen and an RTX 3060 laptop with an i5-10500H. That's a 6-core, 12-thread, and that's going for under $1,000. And if you want to get into gaming and you've got absolutely no gear, then all you'll need is an external mouse, which we've got a couple of deals coming up on that later on. Though if you want a little bit more power, then we've got an RTX 3080 laptop here. Of course, not as powerful as the desktop gaming solution RTX 3080, but still going to be a great solution for those who want a high-end gaming experience, especially with a 240Hz included screen and an i7-11800H, which is 8 cores, 16 threads, and it's going for $1,800 after you get that $100 rebate. And of course, the price is already down as well. Though on the flip side, if you want a dedicated desktop gaming rig, then we've got an i7-11700H and an RTX 3060 Ti and 16GB of RAM. This is going for $1,600. Now, the thing about the desktop discrete gaming graphics cards is that crypto miners are picking these things up, so I don't think you're going to be able to find a deal on a dedicated desktop gaming graphics card, though this will perform a lot faster than an RTX 3060 Ti or 3060 gaming laptop. So it's got more power. Though if you are looking for a laptop and those other deals get sold out, then there's an RTX 2080 Super laptop from Ryzen going for $1,600, and this is also packing a 300Hz screen and an 8-core 10875H. So not a bad deal if you want last year's model at a really good price. Though if you're in Australia, and since I am an Aussie bringing the tech deals to the scene, then we've got here an RTX 3080 laptop, and again with an i7 8-core 16-thread. This is going for $2,659 Aussie after you use that coupon code. Now, of course, the Aussie dollar is a lot weaker than the United States dollar, so this would actually bring this under $2,000 US. And of course, we do pay 10% tax included in these prices, and that is free delivery. So it's bringing it pretty close to that United States deal that you guys are getting. So not bad. But if you want to save a bit more on a gaming laptop and you are in Australia, then we've got an RTX 3060 with a Ryzen 7 5800H 8-core 16-thread, and you can get this with 20% off for 1,700 Aussie dollars, which actually makes it one of the best laptop gaming deals I've seen this year. Though if you are building a gaming PC or you're getting a PC where Windows isn't activated, then we'll move on to today's next sponsor, which has got some of the best deals in the year for their keys. And now the next deal coming up for Black Friday is actually a channel sponsor here, SCD Keys. Now in November, they do a whopping 35% off if you use that coupon code BFTYC. Now the first deal you can get this on is of course that Windows 10 Pro key, which is the most popular. You can get this for as little as $12.80, typing in that BFTYC and then clicking apply. The one thing I like about the Windows 10 keys is you can also use them for Windows 11. For me personally, I even use Windows 7 keys still to this date. Now, if you do want an official Windows 11 key, they've got those. They're a little bit more expensive for $17.90 after you use that coupon. But the last deal they've got is the Office 2019 keys, going for as little as $38 when you use that coupon code. And the good thing about these keys is that you can link them to your Microsoft account, so you don't even have to install it on a new PC with the key. You just link it to your account, and then you can download it from your Microsoft account on even something like a different laptop or your main PC. So I'll put some links in the description below for these deals. Let's get on to the next one. Though if you want to build a PC, here's where there's some really good deals on individual components. And first of all, we've got a Ryzen 7 5800X going for $315 US on eBay. So really good price for this CPU, considering it's one of the best gaming CPUs you can get right now. And coupled with DDR4 memory and the motherboards being priced a lot better than the 12th gen stuff, this does make it a very good proposition for high-end gaming. Now also, if you want to get a similar CPU but even cheaper for $290, we've got the Ryzen 7 5700G. Now the thing about this is it's a little bit slower than the 5800X, but it does have a GPU portion built in. So if you don't want to get a discrete graphics card right now because of the horrendous prices, then you can just game on this thing for the time being and wait for those graphics card prices to come a little bit better, especially with Intel making GPUs right around the corner too. Now we've got a B550 ITX gaming motherboard here from ASRock. I've used this board personally, really solid board. It's pretty much a high-end board. Even though it's small, it's actually a really good price, $150. You save 50 bucks on this board. Though if you want a CPU, motherboard, and RAM combo, then here's where AliExpress have a phenomenal deal on a whole set here for $131.90. This is with a 6-core, 12-threaded Xeon. Tested this Xeon in the past, and this will give you a really good value for money experience, especially when it comes to PC gaming, but also light 1080p video editing. This will do a fine job too. Now, if you want to get one of the cheapest CPUs in the game that will play games extremely well, and this is the 10100F. This is the cheapest I have seen this CPU at $91. I haven't seen it cheaper than this brand new. And of course, you can couple this with a mid-range graphics card. It's going to do a phenomenal job. Now, motherboards, the cheapest I can find a motherboard for this is around $79. If you can find an H410 motherboard for around $50, then I'd definitely snap that up. Though now we're moving on to the next category, and this is monitors, where I'm either looking at, for me personally, it would be getting the best value monitor or just getting the best of the best, period. So we've got two picks here. The first being the LG Ultra Gear, 144 Hz, 24 inch, and it's also IPS, and it's got FreeSync too, $177. So phenomenal monitor if you want to get into competitive gaming or just get a really smooth experience. Though, speaking of high-end gaming, this is the LG OLED. Now you're probably thinking 48 inch, but this is some of the best screen you will get. And I've got one of these in my studio, and it is just absolutely phenomenal. I've got the 55 inch, but when I've seen the 48 inch here going for under $1,100, I'm just jealous because I paid a bit more for mine, and this is just absolutely phenomenal at this price. You've got 120 Hz 4K OLED and the best response times, as well as phenomenal input lag on this thing. I haven't seen the OLEDs cheaper than this. This is an absolutely amazing deal. Now, if you're in Australia, it's the same deal. I haven't seen them any cheaper than this in terms of Aussie pricing, $1,959, but you can also get it with $100 off, so it makes it 1,859 Aussie dollars for the best monitor you'll ever get for PC gaming, period, as well as watching whatever programs and TV shows. You'll get a really good watching experience there too. But if you're in Australia as well, you can get a 24-inch, 144 Hz monitor from MSY going for 239 Aussie dollars. This is from AOC. Really solid monitor for the money. So now we're moving on to components and peripherals, and here's where we've got the Snowman. And for me personally, it's going to be the Snowmen, since I'm going to be buying a few of these up. Anytime these CPU coolers come in under $20, I'm buying them, and under $17 for $16.90 for this Black Friday sale. This is a phenomenal deal. Now, what you get here is essentially a cooler that will be much better than the Wraith Stealth or the stock Intel coolers. So if you want to upgrade your cooler for cheap, this will do a good job. But it's also a great cooler for just builds in general, where you've got, say, 4790Ks or CPUs that come in with no coolers, and you need something that's budget but also reliable. This is one of the, if not the best value CPU cooler, especially at this price, out there on the market. Now, we talked about gaming mice before, but here's where you've got the Razer Death Adder, which is pretty much a staple in the industry. This is going for $23.17. You got the choice of black or white. Though if you want a smaller mouse, because the previous mouse we just featured, the Death Adder, that is a palm grip style mouse, meaning it's a bigger mouse. If you're like me and you have a claw or fingertip grip, then the Logitech G102 is another staple, and especially at $14.38, you can get this with a choice of white or black. And this is just absolutely a phenomenal mouse as well. I've got both these mice here in the studio. I've actually got two G102s because they're just that good for a reliable mouse that is going to give you a great gaming experience. Though, next up here for coolers. If you want a CPU cooler and you want high-end CPU cooling, so for me it's, I guess you've seen this with the monitors, and it's the same with CPU coolers. It's either get the best value or just get some of the best. But at this price, it's some of the best value too. $65 after a $30 rebate for a H115i RGB Platinum. This is my main go-to CPU cooler besides the H170i, which we'll get onto next. But phenomenal job. It'll handle all the highest end CPUs like the 12900K, 5950X. Do a great job of keeping those under control and also extracting some overclocks. But it does say here it is refurbished, but as long as you get a warranty with that, it should be absolutely fine. But then next up, we've got the best all-in-one cooler I have seen to date. This is the H170i Elite Capellix. I'm actually using this in the background here. You might see it in some of the videos I record. I've also done this with the build, but this is 4 140mm fans coming in at $180 after you use a $20 rebate. So this cooler will pretty much cool anything without making barely any noise. and it'll pretty much rival that of high-end custom water loops. So if you need a headset and you don't want to break the bank, then the HS45 Cloth Edition is actually a really good pick for $35. Me personally, I would pick the cloth over the leatherette. I do have leatherette and cloth headsets here, and the cloth seems to last a lot longer. After a certain amount of time, some of the leatherette headsets, especially if you've got sunlight coming into the room, they can break down pretty quickly. But if you want to get a 7.1 surround sound THX headset, then the Ryzen Kraken at $53 certainly provides some pretty good value for money. Though next up, we've got a keyboard here, mechanical, linear switches from EVGA. This has got RGB, and it's even got what looks like a really good wrist rest included. This is going for $45, down from $130. So the last section we're going to move into is memory and SSDs. If you need DDR4 memory, a 32GB kit, 3200 megahertz CL16, so we'll do fine for gaming, but also giving you that extra storage. Then at $93, this silicon power stuff definitely looks like it's a really good deal. You've also got the 16GB kit going for under $50 too, so that may be worth checking out if you're building a new PC. But if you need storage, 1TB SSD from Team Group going for $71, but if you need the M.2 NVMe style, then that's going for $73. So really good deals on storage on that department. But if you need something that's really fast and you've got a motherboard that supports PCIe 4.0, then the Gigabyte Aorus, I've got this drive here in the studio. I've tested the speeds out. This thing is phenomenally fast, and $140, it's a really good deal. The last up is the deal for the Aussies. And when it comes to DDR4 memory, I'm actually going to be buying a few of these sticks after this video. And this is a CL16 3600 megahertz RGB DDR4 coming in at $99 after you use the coupon code. So really good memory, not just in terms of the price, but also the speeds too. That's all the deals I could find where it was a really good price, especially compared to the historical prices. I think on Black Friday, there will be some people out there or some retail outlets that will just jack up the price and then take a discount off and make it look like they're giving you a deal. But when you compare it to the prices of the stuff in the past, it's actually not that good of a deal. So do be careful of that. Here in today's video, I did pick out a lot of good prices that I found on this stuff that's beating that of prices I've seen in the past for this gear. So I know it's a really good deal when you look at its actual raw price for what you're getting. Though that aside, do let us know in the comment section below if you've got any good deals that you've found. And if they're really good, I'll put them in the description, because some of the deals though, you've got to be very quick, especially if they're heavily discounted. Sometimes these deals can only last 10 to 20 seconds, but do join us in our Discord as well. I'll put the link in the description below. If you've got some really good deals, post them in there too, and we'll be active there as well as Twitter. I'll be posting up some deals on Twitter as well, so do get ready to save some money and get some of the stuff that you've been looking for. Hopefully it's on sale, but when it comes to those discrete graphics cards, I don't think they're going down in price. The crypto miners are just hanging out for them all the time, looking to snap them up the moment they go even close to MSRP, which sucks right now. I'm just hoping this crypto mining craze will end and we can get some normal graphics card prices so we can get back into the glorious PC gaming golden days like we had before 2020. Anyhow, guys, do let us know in the comment section below your thoughts and opinions. Love reading them like always, just like this question of the day here, which comes from Xenon, and it should be Xeon. I'd like to see it without the N there and an X at the front, and that would be a perfect name. But wait, will an Optiplex 750 work with these motherboards? So this question is referring to yesterday's video where we took a look at converting a Dell Optiplex from the office PCs into a full-fledged gaming PC with the LED bling and everything. And in the end, it worked perfectly. We got around it and we didn't spend much money at all. And he's asking if this motherboard in particular, the 750, because we used a 990 in yesterday's video, they're asking if this 750 motherboard will work. And from what I can see here, the 750 motherboard should work, but it is a different layout. It looks like it's got that same 5-pin power adapter, as well as it looks like it does have the same proprietary fan connectors. So as long as you pull the fans out and you then do the workaround for the power connector, you should be able to get it to boot. But it does look like it's got a front input output permanently integrated into the board. So I'm not sure how that would work in terms of mounting into a gaming PC case. But also there is the possibility that you'll need the power adapter too, because this looks like it's got a 6-pin power connector instead of the 24 pin. So you'll need to get an adapter for that. But overall, it does look promising. It looks like it should work. Though, of course, I can't guarantee that as I haven't used the motherboard personally. I hope that answers that question. And if you guys have stayed this far and you're enjoying that Tech Yes content, be sure to hit that sub button, ring that bell, and I'll catch you in another tech video very soon. Peace out for now. Bye.